Guys, is this thing on?
Presenting the Dead Eye Overshare podcast.
What is up, besties? It is your host, Zoe, and I am back with another freaking episode on the Dead Eye Overshare podcast today. I hope you guys are having a good week. It's pretty late in the week, as I don't know if many of you seen the announcement on Instagram. Maybe not, because I know not all of you guys follow me on there. But I did announce that, yes, there was supposed to be an episode on Sunday. But I literally have been ill. Ill as hell. I did go to the doctors for it and did get some medicine, but ill every damn day, okay? And I'm sorry about that, but I'm still here. Still posting for you guys. I have been trying to not be ill. I have been trying. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know about that. And then what else? I don't think I really have anything much more to go to. The house has also been packed. All Michi's family came up. When I tell you there's about 20 people in this damn apartment, it was packed in here, okay? But Granny's staying with us, so that's good. And I put up on my Halloween stuff. I did today, actually, because I was ready. And yeah, today's episode is something I did end up posting on TikTok previously on Sunday because I was supposed to upload, and that was supposed to be it. But since I didn't upload, I ended up posting it anyway. It basically is the most important things I've learned while navigating my 20s with the help of this podcast, of course. Granted, I'm only 20. But there's so much I have learned within the past year or two that have been so monumental and transformative for me. And before I get into this, I just want to say thank you guys for all your support, first of all. And if you end up liking this episode and this podcast overall, leave a comment, a review, tag me on Instagram. Do whatever you want to do. Let me know. I love talking to you guys, hearing what you guys think about episodes, and so much more. But yeah, I'm just kind of going to talk about a couple different topics that I feel like I have learned and that have changed for me heavily this past year. And the first thing I want to talk about is money. Because for me, money is very... It always seemed like it was out of reach, dare I say. Like, it always seemed like, okay, it's impossible to have my whole life. I feel like I was just kind of raised on that. And I'm at the point where it's like, I know I can do whatever I want with my life. Truly, I do. And I'm very grateful for that. But I really have stopped stressing. Oh, and I also wanted to say, I'm sorry before I got in, I quit my job. I'm making this my job no matter what. I don't care if nothing happens from it right now. But this is my job. This is what I'm putting my heart and my soul into. And that job was treating me like shit as well. But also, I did not feel like I was aligned to be there. I was supposed to be there. It gave its time. Time ran up. Okay? So maybe I might do an episode on that as well. But I just wanted to let you guys know. All you guys. Okay? But yeah, no, money. I've stopped stressing and holding back on my happiness because I don't have a savings account. I don't have the most money in the world, especially I feel like it's so hard nowadays watching other people at my age have like a mansion and this, at the other. And I'm just like, but that's literally just social media because nobody else really is doing that. Most people are out here normal, right? But it's like, then I just see some people and I'm just like, damn, should I have it like should I be doing, like, should my life look like this? And I've stopped thinking that way. Like, I really don't stress about it anymore, honestly, because I don't have a savings account. And that's simply because how am I supposed to have a savings account when there's no money to save? Like, and I've never been one, like, I'm not denying my own happiness, truly. Like, if I want a $5 shake, I'm going to get it simply because if I'm working my ass off in every other aspect, I deserve a little treat sometimes too. And I will always say that. Like, I accept my government assistance when I can. Like, I get food stamps, I'm on Medicaid. I appreciate every single bit of it, and it works wonders. Like, sometimes when I can't put food in the fridge, I'm able to put food in the fridge. Like, in my Medicaid, I'm being offered so much shit right now. And it's so grateful. I've never had insurance that works so damn good in my life. Like, so there's things when it comes to money that I've stopped, maybe having like a bad view on it or a negative view. And I've started being open and accepting my position in life and accepting my growth where I can, just being able to manage it better should be enough. I don't need to have $5,000 in my savings account. Realistically, a lot of us don't. Okay. But I started accepting where I was and, you know, counting my blessings rather than focusing on what I don't have, like I said. And we all know in this economy, I will treat myself. I'm responsible as hell. Like, I'm the most responsible person I know, right? But I also acknowledge that I live a normal life. I live a balanced, everyday life where not everything's easy. But also, things could always be worse. So I'm going to count my blessings where I can. You know, and just be grateful for what I have and what, you know, I can do with what I do have. Because I feel like money used to take up so much of my brain space. Like, I didn't feel like I could be anywhere without it. Stressed about my car, stressed about 20 other things when that shouldn't be the case, you know? Like, at all, actually. So, I'm vibing right now. I'm going to be honest. Where I'm at, I'm comfortable. And you know what? Who knows where it's going to go in 2 months? I got enough money right now to get me where I need to be, rent and bills and shit. And I'm focusing on my podcast. I'm choosing my goals. I'm choosing what I want to do. And I'm blessed, first of all, that I'm able to do that, right? But I feel like it's to the point where I'm choosing to be happy while trying to also build myself as a character, business-wise, everything. Oh, also, we are now LLC. We are now a certified business, okay? Look at us. This happened earlier this week. So, yes, kudos to us. But yeah, no. So yeah, overall, I think when it comes to money, I'm just not going to stress about what's not in my control anymore. And I'm going to be more accepting of what I do have, right? And then the next thing, and we know I love talking about this topic, boundaries. I would say this is one of the most important things I've learned in every single relationship I have, and including the one with myself. I feel like if you lack a definition on what your boundaries are, or what you want, so many things can go wrong. Things can go left. Things can go right. Everything gets wonky because you can't expect other people to respect what you want to happen if you don't know what you want to happen. And I think I've been seeing this a lot more recently, especially in my relationship with Demetrius. I've been very communicative in what I want, what I see for us in the future, and what I need from him fully. Hey, in order for me to, you know, operate how I need to, in order for me to feel secure, in order for me to do this, yada, 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 I need this from you. How can you show up for me like this? And sometimes it does get into deep arguments, uncomfortable ones we don't want to have, but they're conversations we need to have, because at the end of the day, these are my boundaries. This is what I need to feel secure in this relationship. And he has some of those too. You know, you got to learn how to work together, but that's also in friendships and also with myself. How do I tell myself what I'm comfortable with? How do I let myself stop saying yes to things I don't want to do? How do I allow myself to be present all the time and tell myself, hey, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Hey, I want better for myself, you know? And I feel like with yourself, it really ties in discipline and boundaries, but, you know, kind of two in the same. But boundaries is the most important thing. Literally with every single relationship you plan to have in your life, with your boss, your best friend, your fucking dog, everybody, okay? So I think that is one of the, like, a really big thing I learned. Be loud and be firm on what you want and how you want to be respected. And at the end of the day, those who loved you and care for you, they'll adapt. You know, it won't be this huge fuss and debacle about, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this, you asked for too much. I'm not asking for too much, I'm asking the wrong person. And sometimes, I think that's one thing to remember though when you are talking boundaries. Like I say, not everybody was raised the same, right? We're all different people. Sometimes we have to meet each other where we can comfortably, and, you know, meet people in the middle and understand, okay, how can we compromise? How can I give you what you need while you also give me what I need, and I also still feel comfortable within myself, right? Because not everybody is, you know, open to doing things and, you know, all the stuff like that. But it's like some things are required for certain people. We have certain standards, and I think having standards, especially even high ones, are really important, especially in today's society, because it allows you, I feel so confident, I'm going to be honest. And that's why I was so confident with being able to leave my job. Why I'm so confident on where I'm at in my life now, because I have these conversations with myself. I set these boundaries with the relationships around me. I know what I want, and I'm setting my mind to it, and I'm chasing after it. Hey, how can I get this done to the best of me, and how can I keep myself straight within myself, my relationship, my friendships, in the midst of it all, you know? And I feel like I've gotten so good at my words and my understanding on stuff that I'm comfortable where I'm at. I'm comfortable in the shoes I'm in right now. And I feel like that's a blessing. And I feel like that is a really important lesson. The next one, family. Sensitive topic for most, okay, right. But for me, family is not everything. The family you make is everything. And when I say this, we know I don't communicate with my family. Over this past year, and it continues on and on and on, I have watched everybody wither away from drugs. And I physically couldn't do it, which is first of all why I left in the first place. And family has been a hard topic for me my whole life because I've never had, you know, what one would want. I never had a safe place. I never had where I could go and be heard or, you know, just feel safe in and do all this and that, the other. So I think getting away did so much magic for me, but it also allowed me to find my own community, find my own people, and make my own family. And that I feel like is more important because, like I said, not everybody comes from the same situation. Like Michi, he had, like I just said, he had 20 people up here, and that was just the close relatives. All the damn kids, grannies, everybody was fucking in here. And that's another thing I'm so blessed to have. But like me and him come from two different backgrounds. So I still react to situations and his family completely different. Like when they were here, I was overstimulated, but it's something I have been trying to get used to for the past 7 years, okay? Because I didn't socialize with my motherfuckers. So I'm just kind of like, what's going on? What's going on? But it's something I'm so grateful for because I have made my own. I've made my own with him, with his family, my best friend, her kid, and myself, in my own family. And it's really an important thing I think I like to talk about because I've had so many conversations with people, especially older people, where they'll judge me and they're like, oh, well, you're going to miss it one day when this or that happens, or you're just going to feel bad, yada, yada, yada. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not. Because these people never felt bad for me. I chose my happiness, and that's what it's going to be. You want to be around people who pour into you and love you unconditionally and support you no matter what. And sometimes, like I said, what you're born into, you believe and grow. And sometimes, a lot of the times, most people do make it back, right? Sometimes we all just need to figure it the fuck out. But sometimes we don't. And that's okay. I'm able to pour my love into different cups and do that. And in my experience, I feel like it was the most powerful, life-changing one for me because it is so much of my life and so much of my future and my past. So I think that's why that was an important topic. And then next one is religion. So while we probably know, if you're a constant listener, I allow myself to explore religions and, you know, learn and constantly stay updated. I also recommend others do as well because ignorance is not cute. I'm sorry, it's not. You don't have to follow everything, but I feel like basic knowledge, basic things we should know, right? Maybe out of just respect, but also just to educate yourself because education is so much. But there's never any harm in learning. So, but I've concluded that for me, belief is extremely powerful. For me, I'm more so focused on God and my ancestors. I am real heavy in both, and I believe, like, they literally move mountains for me. When I'm speaking to God and my ancestors in these lights, I believe they move mountains for me, and I see that. I see blessings happening tenfold. I see lessons they're teaching me, and it's something I'm just so grateful to have. I'm grateful to come from a culture where I can, like, be passionate about them and, you know, do all this stuff and work for them and, you know, honor them and also still be close to God and, you know, honor him as well and do that because I don't connect myself to, you know, Christianity or anything like that. I don't believe in any of those because in my opinion, I just believe so many things are like hateful or corrupt and a lot of stuff gets twisted. So for me, I choose my way. I choose to honor a man I have had connections with and I feel like have changed my life and the people who I feel like change my life every single day. And that's how I move. That's what I feel close to. And I do believe you're supposed to question it. Like I didn't grow up religious. My mom was agnostic and I think my dad was an atheist. Like nobody, it was never forced on me. I was always able to figure out what I want. Now, my dad's side of the family, I did hang around my sister, and she was like extremely religious. Not anymore, but she was back then. So I think that was when I first got introduced to, you know, the church and stuff. And I never really liked church. I still don't like church. I'm going to be honest. I'm just bored. My attention span is 0 for a church. But I did go to a Catholic high school. So I've had a lot of experiences and, you know, put my toes in different things and been able to learn and been able to question, okay, why does this move like this? Why does that move like that? And I was really blessed. My pastor in high school, that was a great man. He was just such a loving man. I feel like he never made me feel judged, even if I talked about something that was completely fucking opposite of what he believed in or was happening. And I'm just like, hey, this is what it is. But he allowed me to question that, because there would be things I'm questioning. Hey, why does this work like this? Why is there so much hate in this area? Why, like, you know, why are these things happening? So I do think it is extremely important to question religion. And most people, once they question this religion, they go back to it anyway, right? But I think it's part of the process in growing up. Why it's so important is like, that education, it allows you to learn what you want, what you value in yourself, and it's like, hey, maybe if I don't value all of this, how can I move? What can I do? With no pressure from others. I feel like a lot of times there's pressure from others about things and judgment, when I feel like there never should be, because like I said, religion is beautiful in every context, whether it's no religion at all or a really like strict one. Like, so many of them are so beautiful and so different. I think it's just good to educate yourself on it, especially while growing, especially in times like today. We see so much hate amongst different religions, and it's just like, hey, what's the main purpose here? What's the main purpose here? Can we find the plot? Because I fear we're losing the plot. But yeah, I just think it's key to allow yourself to explore. Next, love. We know this is a big one for me. I am head over heels, okay? But my first word was, love is never a waste. It's extremely tedious and hard as fuck, okay? But, and I think this is why I've been saying this so much to Michi in our conversations, so we've been having such deep conversations lately, is that you must have a strong foundation with your partner. Because in my head, how can we build 20 different things off of that if we're not here? If we're not together? How are we supposed to build friendships outside of this relationships, children, marriage, homes, so many different things if we're not eye to eye, if we don't know how to cater to each other correctly, if we don't know how to hear each other without even speaking correctly, if we don't know how to read each other and just do so many different things, that foundation is what matters. And that's what me and him have really been getting to the nitty gritty on recently. And it's hard as fuck. There's been a lot of tears, a lot of yells, but also so much love and so much passion after it, because it's like, damn, I really do understand you. Hey, we really are growing. And it's so fun watching each other turn into adults. It's crazy, because then I look back and I'm like, damn, I don't know. In my head, I really forgot. Like, I forgot every year, like everything before we moved here. Like, that was 5 years of our relationship, and I dead ass, and I'm just like, I was with this man every day, and I truly don't remember what the fuck was happening. Like, I know, but like, I don't know. I was really desensitized, okay? But, like I said, love is one of the hardest things to build. And I'm not talking platonic right now, okay? I'm talking romantic. It is one of the hardest things to build, especially in today's culture. I feel like there's a lot of hookup culture, which is not to shame, like, okay, have fun, do that. But I think so many people, they can't trust each other simply because of this. Like, it's like nobody is focused on where they want to be, which is like, okay, you want to be single for your life, do that, right? But I feel like a lot of times, so many people, like, I'll see people reposting, they're chasing love and they want this so bad, but it's like, I can't trust that nigga. I can't trust that. I can't trust that. I'm not about to go out here. And you're just like, I'd rather just stay away from it as a whole. I'd rather have my fun and stay away from it. But it's also, I've also seen so many relationships where these people don't have these hard conversations. So in my head, and I hate to say it like that, but in my head, I'm like, do you love them? Because there's so many relationships I see, especially ones like people we're friends with and shit. And I'm just like, they don't love each other. And I hate to say that, because I'm like, okay, you might love each other surface level, but it's like, it's more out of convenience. And relationships are so far from convenient. It's difficult. And like I said, I cannot speak on everybody's love. I can't. But I would say me and Michi are extremely healthy, especially for our age. We have never broken up in our 7 years together. He is in therapy. This is my therapy. I know my therapist I'm going to is not taking my insurance right now. Okay. I'm trying, but we both very much are individuals, but also a couple. Like, he is Demetrius, I'm Zoe, but we're also Demetrius and Zoe, you know? And we both know what we want, and not fully, I'm gonna be honest. We're still figuring it out. We're both still figuring out how to communicate. I'm figuring out how to control my emotions. He's trying to figure out how to manage his wording. And that's our thing going on right now, but it's never easy. Love has never been easy. In any definition, any capacity, it's never fucking easy and never will be. But I think that's the beauty in it. And you need to have those uncomfortable conversations. But like, this also can tie into platonic, uncomfortable conversations with your friends. Love is not easy. I love you enough to hurt your feelings and try to better you. I love you enough to let you know, hey, you need to change, right? But yeah, just try to search in the right places. And if these places aren't working out, search in yourself first, right? Because it really is true. You cannot love someone else without loving yourself. You can simultaneously do it, but it ain't going to work out if you can't pour in your own cup too, right? Because you have a cup of water, right? I'm pouring all my water into this glass. Damn, my cup over here empty. What you want me to do? What you want me to do? It doesn't work like that. You can't let it work like that. And then lastly, just don't tolerate things you never would just because you love someone. And the term love makes you stupid is true. It's true. Love is blinding. Love will make you ignore a lot of damn red flags in somebody, okay? And I'm talking family, friends, anybody. So that's also really important. I want you to know, if you have those moments of clarity and you're like, I don't like this. You know what? I think I always want to remind you at the end of the day, this is your life. You only live for you. You only have so much time. Choose peace. Choose happiness today. Okay? There's so many other people, and I know it's going to hurt like a bitch, and I know it's going to be one of the hardest things you have to do in your life. But choose yourself. Please. That is one of the best things you can learn in life, is to choose yourself and to live for yourself. Because then what? Yeah, it's going to hurt, but I can move on. I can heal myself. I can be better. I can find a new hobby to pour myself into. I can find something. I can cater to myself, but also know where to look to find someone who caters me. Right? So that's also extremely important. And boundaries also go into love. Next is education. The most important thing ever. The most important thing ever. And I'm not saying how you get education. I happen to be in college. I don't think you need to go to college for education. No. But I do think you should never stop learning. Always pick up a book. Always be learning something. If you have to look into like a new hobby, a new language. Languages are hard as fuck, though. I can never concentrate on those. Or like for me, I'm into herbs. A new herb. Like, just that's my cat. Be constantly learning and growing. And like I said, you don't have to take the same route as everybody else, but lack of education is truly detrimental. It turns into ignorance. We can see, right? We can see in the world, okay? Learn in any capacity you can, and never stop learning in any way. It is so beneficial for you. A big brain is a hot brain, okay? It could be as small as a new color or a whole new subject. Just never stop learning. And then lastly, jobs. And we just talked about it. I don't believe you should stay out of job out of misery or fear. I don't. And I did for a while, but I don't anymore. I don't, because like I said, at the end of the day, this is your life, you know? And so many people end up dying in jobs that couldn't give a shit about them. That job will replace you tomorrow in a heartbeat. And in my experience, following what makes you happy will ultimately lead you in the right direction, right? If you're truly following your goals and what feels right for you, you can't go wrong. It might be hard, but you can't go wrong. This is why I'm following my podcast, because this is something I have my feet in. I have had it in them for the past 2 years. This podcast helps. It makes me feel good when I talk about it, when I think about it, when I do it. And it helps me learn as an individual and learn and teach other people, which I also love. And it's just something I'm so passionate about, but also want to bounce 20 different things off of it, like other little small businesses or books. And, so many different things I just feel like could help myself and others. So yeah, I don't think you should stay out of a job out of misery. If you are suffering being in a toxic environment, life is way too short for you to continue it. No matter the pay, convenience, or anything, you need to choose you. Please. And, since that was my last thing, I think my overall message is, with all of these, no matter what, prioritizing yourself is key. Without that, I do believe you will remain stagnant in where you are. You can make so much progress, but you're really not. Because your brain is still where you were 5 years ago. You have not developed. You have not grown. You have not chose you. You're still living for other people. And that is, most of us fall victim to living for other people, right? And I still see it. And sometimes I catch it within myself. And we really have to stop living for other people. I'm not about to stay at this job because my mom wants me to. I'm not about to come down here because my dad wants me to. I'm not about to, what's another example? I'm not about to go into this education career because, oh my gosh, it's in my family lineage, but I don't even want to do this. I want to be a tattoo artist. That's my passion for like 10 years. Live for yourself. I don't care if you're making the smallest amount of money. If you are happy, that's where you need to be. And I think a lot of us confuse success and money and, all of this. That and being happy, that really never equates, because you look at so many people who have all of this and they still hate their fucking selves. You know why? Because they didn't chase that goal that would have made them happy. They chose what made them the most money, which was the most convenient, which was the easiest path. The easiest path is never the right path, okay? It is not. And I know I sound like I'm preaching. I sound stupid, but it's not stupid. It's really not. And once you start prioritizing yourself and really understanding how detrimental it is for your future and yourself, and let's say your future kids, your future husband, that you are a woman who knows herself through and through, who can choose herself at the end of the day no matter what, that's when you know you made it. That's when you know, hey, and let's say you don't know what you want to do in life, right? You can still be so grounded in yourself to admit that and be like, okay, well, today I want to explore this. Today I'm going to explore that. And I'm going to do it no matter what. Because this is something that will make me feel good. And this is something I would do and something I will grow from. I think overall, the biggest lesson in life is choosing you and prioritizing yourself and becoming whole. Because, it's true, we do die alone. A lot of the people we meet and fall in love with, I don't remember them bitches I was tripping about 5 years ago. I don't. I actually have been removing everybody off Instagram and Snapchat because I don't like how you treated me. I don't. So why do I need to look at your page every day? Why do I need to watch you post happy birthday to this motherfucker? No, I don't. Because I don't like the role you played in my life. Didn't benefit me. It hurt me, actually. I don't want to see it. In fact, so many times we put ourselves in these cycles where we have to keep watching someone who hurt us. Why do we want to stalk that Facebook page? Why do we want to look at that TikTok? Why do we want to look at our exes, this, that, or the other? I'm not searching for what hurts me. I'm searching for what makes me feel good. So how can I do that? How can I live and learn today? Right? All right, let me stop fucking yapping, okay, guys? Yeah, but that was today's episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really did enjoy this one. Being so honest with you, I really did enjoy this one. But yeah, leave a rating and a review if you feel so inclined. I really appreciate it. I haven't got one, I think, in like 7 months. I would really appreciate it. And I love when you guys post me that you're listening to me on like Instagram, TikTok, whatever. And if you aren't already, follow Did I Overshare Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. My email, if you ever need to email me about anything, is Did I Overshare Podcast, of course. And yeah, I love you, beautiful people. This will also be on YouTube. And I will start recording soon. Face videos. I'm just trying to find a setting that really feels good, looks cute, right? But I'm also, like I said, I'm a normal person, so I need to embrace it where I'm at. So I might just be filming in bed. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Love you. Bye.